Hello, just popping by for a lipstick tutorial. So I'm going to show you how to prep your lips, apply your lipstick, and then I'm going to show you a couple of tips and tricks to kind of apply it in a different manner. Like I have 2 tricks for you at the very end. So here we go. So first I recommend using a lip scrub. So Younique has a really nice one that I like. So you'll just kind of apply it. It's a scrub and there's a little bit of oil in it. You can just rub it around. Or whatever your favorite lip scrub is, just to get any excess flaking off, or for winter, but definitely happens in summer. For more of a flawless look, I recommend just doing it if you don't wear lipstick often, because you won't notice until once you start applying. Then I'm just going to wipe it off with a paper towel, but you can just splash off in the sink if you're using the lip scrub pencil. Alright. Just gonna let that dry off a second here. And then I'm gonna tell you about my next favorite thing. So Urban Decay makes the Ultimate Ozone Pencil. This is definitely my favorite because you can trace your lips, use it as a liner, which is nice, and then it's a primer. So it's gonna prolong the wear of your lipstick throughout the day, in addition to preventing feathering and how, if you look really closely, sometimes your lipstick kind of comes out in the very fine lines surrounding your lips, and that's not always a good look, especially with red. Red makes me really nervous if I don't have something like this to kind of protect that. So you just follow along and then fill in. Alright, so now you've got a little bit of moisture and then you've got a bit of protection to help prolong the wear of your lipstick. So I am going to use this dark purple, and you'll kind of see why. So I'm going to use this dark purple so that I can show you a couple of tricks that you can do to lighten the lipstick. So if this feels a little bit too bold for you, or you have any other color that might be a little bit like, wow, I never would want to wear that, I will show you how to kind of soften the color, and then you can still wear that lipstick shade. So maybe you got it as a gift, or you bought it and you're like, oh my gosh, that is not for me. I will show you how to fix that. And then I'm also going to show you, so these are kind of glossy, so I'm going to show you how to make a matte look out of a glossier lipstick. So I'm going to look down into a mirror here just to make it a little bit easier, but you'll also be able to see me here. So you wanna do kind of an X right here in the middle. Just to kind of accommodate that area, and then move out. And then you want to use more of the sharper edge to get into the corners and kind of line along the bottom. I personally really love this color. I'm gonna add a little extra. And then another good trick for lipstick, after you've applied it nicely, it's gonna look a little weird. You're gonna put your finger in your mouth and pull it out so that it gets all the excess that might be on the inside, like that. And then as you can see, there's a little bit on my finger, so that kind of protects it from getting on your teeth, which is a really good trick to have because you don't want to be out and about and get lipstick on your teeth. Especially if you've got nice white teeth, that stuff is gonna show up for sure. Okay, so next, if you have a piece of tissue paper like I have here, you'll put it over your mouth and using a translucent setting powder like so. So you just take like a brush like this. I mean, any brush will do. This is one I have that does pretty good coverage. So you'll dip it in, tap off the excess because you don't want a whole bunch on there. And then you'll put your tissue paper. You can use paper towel or toilet paper, but I found that this is a little bit thinner, so using a tissue paper works a little bit better. So you put it over your mouth and then just brush over. And you'll see there's a little bit on there, but you'll see that it brought it to be a little bit more of a matte look. So I'm going to do a little bit more on this side here, get a little bit more to show you. And you'll see it's gradually getting more matte. So that's a really good trick to use. But I'm going to put on a little bit more so I can show you my next trick. So be careful in the corners. I always have a lot of trouble, so I really am careful about how I apply it there. Like, you want to get some in there just a little bit, which is the trick. That's the finesse. So you want to use the very sharp end of your lipstick. So next I'm going to show you how to lighten it up. So I recommend you can dab it with your finger however you want to do it, and it's going to make it, you can make it ombre, or you can ensure that you cover the entire thing if you want a totally covered look. So I'm going to take this little brush here, and I'm going to take some concealer. Just a tiny bit. So just to be sure, I'm just going to dab off the excess, and then I'll show you right here. We'll get a little bit more. So I have kind of a very thin upper lip. And then you can kind of add more or less depending on the look you're trying to achieve. And then you can see the bit of the ombre look. And then another trick I have, so say you mess up a little bit, well, it happens. I'm just going to clean this brush off real quick. Just get all that lipstick off so I can kind of show you. So you can also take a little bit of concealer, again. I find I'm doing this mostly in the corners typically. Like when I get frustrated with red lipstick, this is a lifesaver, and those darker lips. And you can always put it right in that Cupid's bow right there. But you can see I created a completely different lipstick. So even if it's not that you don't like your dark lipstick, if you're just bored, it totally gives you a brand new shade. Or the ombre look is pretty nice. I kind of just did a full look where it's kind of got a little bit of color still left in the edges. But it kind of looks like I have lip liner on too, so it's kind of like a 2-for-1. You can, do it however you choose. So hopefully you found my lip tutorial helpful. Subscribe to my channel. Drop any comments below if you have any questions, or if you found it helpful or not helpful. The feedback will be useful for future tutorials. Thanks.